Can you hear me? I can hear me.
Hello. Hello, everybody. We is late.
Just a little.
Just a little bit.
I guess we should open Facebook.
Yes, we got to open up Facebook, get everybody rolling. Sorry. I literally...
He just walked in the door.
Literally
like,
just
seriously.
Walked in the house.
Yeah.
And I do mean literally.
Yep.
And figuratively.
Yep.
And if the camera looks funny, let us know. If it's a different camera.
We just might look funny. It's okay.
We're horrible looking.
No.
Sorry.
No. I don't think we're horrible looking.
Well, I'm not. You aren't, but we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Wow. Not too bad for a... See how... Oh.
What'd you do?
I didn't do anything.
Hit refresh.
All right, guys. Sorry. Put that one down here. And, wow. That's the fastest ever that I've ever got us up and running in like 30 freaking seconds. Normally it's like a 10-minute deal right at the beginning. Well, I guess, welcome.
Welcome one and all.
Welcome, everybody.
He's Sammy.
I am Kimmy.
No. Let's try that again. You say your name, I'll say mine.
Okay, let's try this again. I'm Sammy.
And I'm Kimmy. Welcome to our Wednesday Hump Day podcast.
So get your drinks, get your chips, get all
your
your
beverages
shit together, and let's get this fucker on the road.
Yeah.
So I just had the longest damn drive of my life to get back here. So this is where it gets very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So I go to leave, and the roads are clear, and I'm like,
oh, it's going to be awesome.
Oh, this is going to be a great frickin' day, right?
Right.
I'm going to get back in time. Everything will be nice.
Yeah.
No problems. I get 50 miles down the road, and I go, and I looked, and I said, you know what? There's going to be a slowdown in Tampa. So I'm going to get I'm going to make sure the laptop's up here. And so.
And get it, ready.
Get it all ready.
Yeah.
And I was going to stop and get something to eat, which I didn't eat. I haven't ate since this morning.
Oh, crap.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm like kind of wired and fired. Hey, oh, Mr. Ambrose is in the house.
Awesome.
Yes. Good afternoon, Brian. Evening, whatever the fuck it is. So anyway,
it's something.
So I did a Brian and drove from Ocala to freaking Bradenton in no time flat. So anyway, I'm coming back 50. I'm at 50 miles in. I was at exit 350 is where I started.
Mm-hmm.
And I got to exit 3 almost 301, literally.
Okay.
I looked over and realized the laptop, everything of mine, is sitting on a desk in the Porsche dealership on a cabinet.
Whoops.
Just sitting out there in the open, no big deal. And I'm like, oh shit. So fuck. So off I go to turn around. Oh,
well,
that's all good.
Could have been worse.
No
you could have
worries.
made it all the way back to Bradenton and realized it.
Yeah. So I turn around right at 301, exit 301, spun around, started heading back. Well, the things I was dodging all collectively came back to life over in an instant.
Traffic.
No. There was this big ass storm cloud.
Oh,
coming.
the rain.
Huge.
And yep.
You know what? If I actually had my microphone on, I would have
Was it coming all through mine? Is that what? What the hell?
I'm gonna beat myself in the head with the fucking microphone.
I didn't notice. Oopsie.
Okay. Well, hold on. Well, you probably didn't hear half the story then.
Yeah, let's just start over and shorten it.
So, well, first of all, we'll start. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for stopping by. I was late, okay, very late. And obviously, my little cough button was on the whole time. So, long story short, I was talking to myself.
I heard him.
Ooh.
Sorry if you didn't.
Yeah. So, anyway. Oh wow, I gotta turn my mic down a little bit. All right, so back to the story at hand here. So, thank for all that's new. It's me and Kimmy. This is my lovely wife of 30 years, and so we just basically yeah right, much better, right? Well, hello, hi Brian. By the way. Now that you can frickin' hear me. That's okay. I'll just take the video, edit it later. So anyway, so long and short is that that's Kimmy and I. Yes. And we talk about this. This is basically a BS hours worth of time that we talk to each other.
Make you forget about the
world.
world.
Make you forget about everything.
Or at least forget about your world and think about ours.
Yeah, let you think about something else other than political BS and all the other shit
all
that's out there.
All the other crap.
And I'm gonna tell you right off the bat, honest to God, the best thing that we the best thing about us is that you're not going to get any bullshit. Well, I take that back. The stories might be BS, but if we're talking about something real, it's real.
Yeah.
We're not leaning to one side.
Yeah.
Or another. The only time I lean to one side or the other is if my chair is broken.
Yeah.
So there's no left, there's no right, there's no BS in between.
In that regard.
In that regard.
Yeah.
Okay. I just speak what I think, which sometimes might lean this way. Might lean that way. Or might be dead center in the freaking middle for all I know. But anyway, that's all that matters. And so if you're looking for politically correct, please just go find another channel. Because that's not going to happen.
Good luck.
So anyway.
I prefer my correctness.
Yeah.
My way.
Yeah, right? Yeah. So then we got basically I was coming back from Ocala. I did a Bryan drive.
Yes.
In the middle of the frickin' afternoon, just decided, hey, let's go home now.
Right.
And the biggest issue that I had was I was heading home. I get 50 miles out to shorten the story up a little bit. And I get 50 miles out. Literally, I was at exit 350. I get to 301. And right before 301, I thought, I'll go over here and make sure that I got all my stuff ready. So when I get out of the car, I'm going to be like, grab it, go inside, plug it in, call it a day.
Right.
I don't have any of my stuff.
Oops.
I was gifted for Christmas a gift. Where did it go?
We're not doing that.
We're not doing that?
We're not reaching and grabbing and
Why?
No. I don't feel great right now.
But it's part of the gig.
What have I got to reach and grab? As long as I don't have to leave the room.
There's a square box over there. So, no, there's a box over there. Right on the other side of that. Right over there. Keep going. There you go. Okay. So anyway, I was given a gift, and I thought it was really nice. So I forgot. I took the gift. I said thank you very much. I was on a rush, and I decided to come home. And when I did that, I left all my shit behind. So that meant that at exit 301, I got to do a UE. Now, in between the exiting and doing the UE deal, I ended up with another slight issue.
Yep.
I was dodging, like when I left, all the traffic was nice and open, and there was nobody there.
Weather was good.
Traffic was hauling ass. All the I's were crossed.
I's were
T's
dotted.
were dotted.
T's
Something
were
like
crossed and I's were dotted.
Switched that.
Yeah.
So anyway, so basically, I went out and I got back to the dealership like 30 minutes later.
Yeah.
And got my stuff, and got back in the car. Well, now I'm coming back, and now the big ass dark cloud that was above us is now raining on me.
You.
Now I go to get on the. Now it's like I just went into a reverse universe or something.
Whoops.
Because literally I went going back on the interstate, and now the whole freaking road is like totally jammed up.
Oh.
Because now instead of it being 4 o'clock,
it's now 5 o'clock.
It's 5:30, and I'm like, shit. What are we gonna do now?
You're in the heart of it. Yep.
Exactly. So I'm in the heart of it. So we go and and then the guy in front of me. Okay, I need to know something, and I want to know if anybody else that's listening, please put in the comments if you're listening to it later. I really want to know. Has had this problem lately. What is with people lately going on ramps to go into the middle of a freaking ice
road where everybody's doing 70 to 80.
Everybody's doing 70 to 80. It looks like a racetrack out there. I don't know anybody about the people. This is we're locals for Florida.
Yep.
Anybody that's not in Florida.
Yeah. Does it happen where you live?
Yeah. Does it happen where you live?
Yeah.
But these people will go to get on the on ramp, and they're doing like 40 mile an hour. It's like do 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 do, and I'm like, this guy's
like they're waiting for a traffic light.
This guy's going to get me killed. Well, they're being cautious getting on the interstate now. Almost every exit now in Florida has like this, like almost like a merge lane. Like you get on the ramp and then you move over.
Continues a ways. Yeah.
Okay. And so this guy is doing 40 mile an hour, and I'm behind him. I can't go faster than him because he's in front of me.
Right.
So it's like shoom, 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 going like fucking crazy. So I'm like, oh shit. So it's like, as soon as we get like past the on-ramp where like I can do my own thing, my trusty little circle mirrors in the corner says there was nobody in the other lane. This guy's got his turn signal. I'm like, oh, you don't, motherfucker.
No, we're not playing this game.
Slammed on the gas pedal, like jetted by this slow prick.
And he probably never
and he
caught
still
up.
was back there.
Yeah, of course.
He never sped up. And cars are going around. I'm like, this guy would have had me taken the fuck out. And it's like, what in the hell is your problem? But anyway, so I finally get back on the road. And this is now, anybody that's been on Florida roads, I don't know how it is in other states. Okay. I know Georgia a little bit because we drove to Georgia to Woodstock. And Brian might be able to answer this too.
Ryan says it's because they're freaking old.
Yeah. Yeah, right?
It's true.
So
people come here to die.
Yeah. It's like, that you've made it to Florida. You know how you made it to a Florida airport? Because when you leave like when you get off the little airplane thing and you're walking into the actual airport part, there's just rows and rows of wheelchairs sitting there waiting for somebody to hold on. That's how you know you've arrived. I've arrived. Yeah, you've arrived to Florida. And as soon as you get off the airplane, it's like 90 degrees all of a sudden.
Yeah, even though it's an air-conditioned building. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like you walk into that little walkway, the tramway or whatever how they call it, and it's like you start to melt.
Yep.
It's instant. It's like, and it's not just because I'm a fat fucker, okay? It's because it's fucking humid.
It doesn't matter.
Fucking humid. Okay, so that's the way I look at it anyway. Yeah, Jetway. There it is. Thanks,
Jetway,
Brian.
right? Yeah.
Like I knew Brian would help me on that. It's like, what's that thing? And then Brian's like, yeah, it's this.
The long ass hallway that moves and bends.
Hey, we got Ryan. Yes, because they're fucking old and they shouldn't be driving. You're damn right on that one. So these little fuckers are going. So these guys are on these cars. You always know the old people. Like I said in another thing, you always know when old people say he comes, because when we have 2 collision centers, and you always know when the old people are coming down, because there's like a row of Cadillacs and Escalades and like Camrys and shit with a big Dale Earnhardt circled tire.
The donut mark
in the thing where they bounced into a damn.
Oh, it's a semi.
Yeah, they started. Yeah, honey, we can save some money and drive to Florida.
Right. And then as they're pulling into their condo or trailer park or whatever it is they have down here, well, I don't know how that got there.
Yeah, it's like
somebody must have hit us.
It's
like
it's probably that couple 2-3 times that you bounced into the semi next to you, you prick.
Yep.
So
they do it with boats too.
Yeah. So
and then they try to file warranty claims. So, just thought I'd throw that in there.
Now, one of the things that I think is weird is that when you're Tampa to, like, I say close to Punta Gorda. Let's see, no, I have. Yeah, yeah, exactly. And Ryan's
nobody else can read it.
Yeah, Ryan said no. It happened at the happened at the dealership last time when the oil was changed. Yeah. So it's like it's so bullshit.
Yeah, right.
And the bad part is I'm the fucker that has to look up the video camera to make sure to prove to them that they don't have that tire.
Exactly.
Yeah, we didn't do that tire mark.
Look here, it's clean.
Yeah, the last one I love that was at Ryan's place. Was the guy said, the guy came in with this beater Camry. I mean, this is like an 80s, it was like maybe late 90s Camry. And it was, it was pretty beat.
Right.
And long and short is that, the guy was a prick. And,
naturally.
And so there was something wrong with the car where you couldn't do the oil change properly. Oh. And the guy and the tech came out and had to mention this to them. So when he mentioned this to them, basically, long and short of it was, most of them are pricks. Yeah, in your area anyway. And so long and short is he had to tell them there's some other work you got to do because I can't change your oil without doing it.
Right.
And the guy got mad. So then it was like an argument, like a fight with between the tech and him.
Yeah.
So then the tech shouldn't have did what he did. But he went back to work and he did the job.
Yeah.
Call it a day.
Right.
Well, here's where it gets interesting. So the tech drives the car around and there's a certain spot they drop every car off.
Yeah.
And then they come in to see the service,
so like close out the
service
paperwork.
guy that closes the paperwork.
Right.
Well, the guy goes, the service manager signs his shit. And the guy goes to walk to his car.
Yep.
And there's a foot mark in the door panel where this guy, the prick, had kicked his own door, but then tried to blame it on us and try to get free work out of it.
Oh, my Lord.
Yeah, so now here I am. Now, just think about it this way. For like 2 hours, I'm sitting here having to trace the guy coming in.
Right.
The car going around the whole building, which is like 15 damn cameras, and then bring them back over and shit.
Oh, my
Lord. To see that this guy's never touched the side of the door other than open the with the handle. So, they can be peckerheads. So, anyways, I digressed on that one. Let's go back. I didn't digress. I dropped that bitch into a rabbit hole. It's
right.
Yeah, it's like you know what? Look at this. Everything's our video is over all of my stuff.
Oh, he can't use any of his buttons.
I can't use any of my rainbows or nothing tonight. That sucks.
It'll be fixed by Saturday. He'll have more time.
Yes, I will have more time to figure it out.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you only have 3 minutes or whatever. So back to my story.
Yeah.
I'm jumping down
and
the
then you're
going to
get to that box.
And I'm going to get to this box. So
kind of dying to know what's
in other states, this is like it's like here, look, I got a box. Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
now let's
and it has a Porsche logo
on
it.
Now let's talk about we'll talk about something else. So anyway, so I want to know, is it that like it's weird between Tampa and Punta Gorda, I would call. There's no like travel centers, and I mean like the semi.
Oh right, no.
Go park in and get gas.
Yeah,
and all
like
that
you
shit.
Gotta get to Punta Gorda to get one.
That's a pretty substantial space
I
not to
completely
have
agree.
something.
Yep.
Okay, like a Love's or a TA, which is like
yeah. Please don't build a TA anywhere near us. Please don't.
I mean the trash association.
You want to build a Buc-ee's? I'm all for it.
Yeah, but not that. Well, Buc-ee's is not made for trucks.
No,
you know that, right? That's actually a true statement.
Yeah, that's true. But I would enjoy a Buc-ee's.
I know. Well, we would enjoy it, but we like the travel centers.
But that's true.
Because then you get you also get your
a
CB
Love's
shit.
Would be nice.
Love's, whatever.
Yeah.
So anyway, because all the gadgets
and gazmos.
Gadgets and gazmos.
That's what you were gonna say.
Yeah, it was what I was gonna say. All the gadgets and gazmos that are out there are in that like this one area, and it's like for electronic guy, I'm like sitting there going, ooh, I'm sure Brian knows what I'm talking about when you're going in there. And it's like, ooh, CB shit.
Ooh, goodies. Yeah, exactly. It's like a kid in a toy store. Exactly.
So
how I look.
Yeah, exactly. So
I can't tell you how much crap I've bought from there.
We don't have one from Tampa.
And used it.
But we don't have one from Tampa to Punta Gorda. It's like,
that's true.
It's kind of weird.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, when you get past Tampa, this is where things get very odd.
Uh-oh.
They, all of a sudden, it's like, every trucker, Petro, exactly. There you go. Brian had a...
Nice.
Brian said he used to go to Petro because when he drove his semi.
That's cool.
But anyway, so... So look at Ryan. Ryan's going, get to the fucking box.
What's in the damn box? Exactly. He's gonna draw this out. Just watch. He likes to.
You guys keep asking.
He likes to see me in this regard. That's what he lives for.
So why is it so Brian, why is it that every trucker is every trucker like horny and hungry because it needs gas? Those are the only three
nearly
signs.
Every man is that way.
I know, but after Tampa,
and some women.
Well, I have a story about this too. After Tampa,
some of us.
After Tampa, there's like it's like every other sign is like, X Mart or something like that, where it's like the world's largest toy thing. Get your love goodies here.
You spend days in a truck.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's true. That's true. So it's just kind of ridiculously crazy.
That's all I'm gonna say about that.
Yeah. Ryan says, every trucker's got their lot lizards and needs a ham and Swiss sandwich for the freezer afterwards.
Right.
It's like, get your lot lizard and then get your food on.
Yeah.
So, so long and short back to the story.
Yes.
Okay. So I see all these porn things on the side of the road, and I'm like, that's kind of interesting, right? And I just ignored it and went back to work. I drove down to Ocala, but on the way back, I told you I got stuck in traffic.
Yep.
So I'm in my car, and I get into the middle lane.
Yep.
And there was this one guy that I passed like 3 times because he was Cafe Risque. Yeah. Back in the day, there was an old lady that works at our Gatorland Toyota. Oops, I should have said that. She works in Gatorland area, Gainesville. And she told us, I know, we already said it. Fuck it. So she was telling us how good the lunch menu was at the Risque Cafe.
I've heard that from a number of people.
And I just thought that was funny. It's like, okay, it's like, you get your sandwich with a side of pubes, I guess. I don't know.
I don't think it's that way.
Well, they said they're full nude. They full nude, Brian? I don't know. I've not been in the building. I've been outside the building. I've taken my picture by the building. But I don't know anything else other than that. He'll comment on it in a second, I'm sure. So
all good.
So back to the story at hand.
Mm-hmm.
So I ignore this. So on the way back, remember, now I'm stuck in traffic. I'm zinging and I'm zagging through all of the various areas.
Yes. I
get stuck in the middle, and I've been passing this one guy, and he's doing like 1 minute's doing 70. The Bofa soup? No, I haven't even been in the building. I'm sure Bofa means something else. No, the dancers are, not the servers. Okay, well, that's safer.
See,
Brian says the dancers are nude, but not the servers. Well, that's good to know.
Hey, if it's good food and you got to eat.
There you go.
Yeah.
So, well, there used to be a place. It's still there, but called Rachel's. That's over. Yeah, I won't. Yeah. So should I ask what that type of soup is, or are you gonna tell me, or are we gonna just like kind of hang out? Now he's got me hanging on something. Damn it!
He's waiting for you to open that damn box.
Yeah, exactly. Open the box and he'll tell me, I'm sure.
Right.
So anyway, so I'm on my way back, and this guy's doing like 70, then he's doing 60, then he's doing 80, then he's doing 70, and we used to have a sister-in-law that was my brother's, wife.
Yep.
That was
squirrelier than squirrely.
Yeah, she was special.
But she was dumb as a fucking rock. Okay, I mean, a bag of hammers, you name it.
Yep,
she slipped off the crackers.
Dumber than a bag full of hammers.
You know, a couple cylinders missing off her V8. You name it. Any acronym, she could fit into it perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
And the way she would drive, it used to make me sick. In fact, it got me to where I couldn't ride in cars with anybody else for the longest time. Is that she hits the gas and then she flies real fast and then she lets off the gas. It's like, wait.
Oh, to have that lurch.
Ooh,
yeah.
Wait. Ooh. And she does this the whole freaking time, right?
Oh, Lord have mercy.
And you're just sitting there and my stomach's just going, it's like, I mean, you might as well had a fucking stomach pump on me. Well, anyway,
terrible.
so that's what I was thinking this guy was.
Yeah.
But he wasn't. Here's what it's worse. So I'm sitting in the middle. Now, it's gotten dark.
Yeah.
He's next to me.
Yeah.
And I see this he has this like a phone
Valentine
holder,
or whatever.
a phone holder on the screen on his
on his
windshield.
Yeah.
That's it. And so I see that it's on and I see he's watching a video. So I'm like, oh, this fucker's watching a video, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, so that's what I thought so I said, okay, at the beginning. Well, then we ended up at a part where we stopped. And that's where the story got changed. He's not just watching videos, he's watching porn. He's whacking off in the car while he's waiting for the traffic to go by. It's like, I'm sure maybe semi-drivers do this. I don't know because they're lonely. But this guy looks like he's just driving home for the night. He's dressed up head to toe.
Well, don't you remember that one time we were driving down 75 and there was a full nude guy driving?
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
But it's just like this.
They're
guy,
out there.
But this dude's like rubbing one off on the way home and with a porn in the screen. And I'm sitting there going on the windshield, and I'm sitting there going, "What the hell?" You know, it's like, what is happening here? And so all of a sudden I look over real quick, look straight ahead, and I do not look over anymore because I'm like, the only worst thing.
Ryan's like, I've seen it all. Ryan's like, yeah. You gotta get it whenever you can, wherever you can.
What made it? Where my brain went didn't go that he's whacking off to this freaking video.
Right.
In the car, driving. He's got one hand on one. He's quite a talented.
He's multitasking.
He's a very multitasking guy. And so he's doing his business, and what was funny was it's like, oh shit, and I seen it, and I started looking ahead. You know why I was looking ahead? The last thing that I was thinking was, what if he just like turns his head
right
at that time? Now he's got his cock in his hand, and he's gonna stare at me.
Yeah,
that's like it could. I was like, how could it get worse? That's how it's gonna get worse. Is Mr. Peter Hand is pulling his pickle. Well, and then he comes there and kind of giving me, he's in the middle of a half rub, and he starts looking over at somebody else. Hey, baby. How you doing?
Right.
Like, it's like, you get scared because, because.
A little startling.
Yeah.
So why don't you get to the box? Because it's 8:32.
Well, hold on. The box can wait. I'm still talking. So anyway, so I'm thinking about this, and I'm like, I thought of the Martha Stewart thing, because you heard the Martha Stewart effect, right? When we used to travel all the time, basically, we knew when it was time to come home when Martha Stewart started looking good on the TV in the mornings. So that's why I'm thinking this guy's like, well, I guess maybe that's what's going on.
Maybe he's headed home.
Yeah, we don't know.
Yeah.
So anyways, what's next? Oh.
Well, I was home Monday when the trash man came.
Oh, yeah.
And those...
Ryan's going to kill me.
Those eclectic plastic Adirondack chairs that we had built a collection of?
Oh, yeah.
They had a history, right? Because the old neighbors stole them, and we stole them back. I stole them back.
We had like 5 of these things. We had this nice little setup in front of the house, so we could sit out in front of the house and
enjoy the outdoors.
Enjoy the outdoors, occasion. Drink whatever.
Yeah.
And maybe have a little fire in the cold time and shit like that. And then one day they were gone.
Yep.
Yeah, he was. Well, that's what I was afraid of. It's like he starts looking in my eyes.
Yeah, he's gonna start looking at him.
He looks in my eyes, and now I'm Martha Stewart, if you know what I mean.
Right.
It's like, oh God. He goes, ooh, a fat guy. I kind of like, with his hand, with his cock in his hand, he might be going,
no.
Maybe a bear's the way to go. A little more
Not
cushion to push it. It's like, you got to catch me first, motherfucker.
So these damn chairs were dry rotted. The last one I sat on, it started snapping, and I was like, I think it's time for them to go.
But what's funny about the chairs is they were out front, okay?
Yep.
And when we first bought them, they were out front. We had this nice little display and everything else.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden they disappear. And I'm not joking.
Right.
What crackhead in the frickin' world thinks of that they can go, and I'm not joking, we're not talking like the other side of the neighborhood. We're talking
2 houses down.
2 houses down, takes your chairs
Yep.
from the front of your house.
Yep.
And then puts them in front of their house.
Yep.
And they just think that's okay.
Yep.
So we stole them back.
Hell yeah. I knocked on the door first. I gave them fair warning. They didn't come. I put them in the back of the truck and came home.
And the funny part about this story is that the woman that lived there at the time with like her 18 kids or whatever, you want to talk about dodging a bullet. Hey, it's Pete. Happy New Year, Pete. So talk about dodging a bullet. That she was a friend of mine in high school.
Yeah.
Like early. What's that? Freshman year. And so she was, and then I changed schools.
Thank God.
Think about that for a second. That, oh my God, because this chick was crackhead.
So let me go back to the chairs.
Crackhead City.
He's wondering
so
here.
Go ahead.
He's never going to open the box.
Okay, so
so
got the box.
So these chairs are all dry rotted and nasty. So
we stole them back, by the way.
Yeah,
Brian.
We got them back.
Yeah, we stole them all back.
Lickety split, buddy. I knocked on the door and everything. I was like, "Hi, I'm taking my chairs."
Not only did we
nobody
steal the
came.
Not only did we steal the chairs back, but then we tied them down with. I went out and bought like this cable.
He bought decent cable,
big time cable, and tied that bitch to the tree.
Yep.
So they couldn't take them a second time.
Yep.
But then they dry rotted outside.
Yes.
And this is where we lead to.
Yes.
Right
so I decide I'm going to clean up the front of the house. So I pile up all the chairs. It's trash day Monday. I put them out for the trash.
Yep.
Right? Great. The trash men come. And, of course, they're big, awkward plastic Adirondack chairs. They don't fold up. They're big and freaking awkward. So the trash men threw them all in the back of the truck. And everybody gets in the truck, goes to drive away. They hit the crusher, and plastic shards shoot out 50 feet. I mean, if you were standing back there, you were going to be impaled.
Yeah.
It was nuts.
Impaled.
Yeah. And I'm like, those fucking chairs are deadly.
Yeah.
So, so then it gets better. They drive on, right? And, well, you know, shit happens, right? Then they realize what's happened, and they come back, and they're sweeping from the stop sign all the way, the whole front area of our house, like sweeping all these shards up to throw them away.
But I'm just thinking, man, just picture for a second. If you threw all these chairs in the back, right, and there's some poor old lady that, like the crazy lady across the street. Yeah, Bayshore, exactly, Brian. But they, but like this poor old lady could have been at the stop sign. They
walking
crushed
that
these
dog,
suckers. And
yeah,
frickin',
exactly.
I could just see it on Bay News 9.
Yeah,
you know, guy
woman
gets
impaled.
The woman impaled by man's chairs. You know,
yep.
You know, death by Adirondack. I can see
plastic.
Yeah,
yep.
Like, oh God.
So,
But yeah, so yeah, Kimmy's got the you know. Yeah, it never ends, And it's so funny. And by the way, just for people counting at score, keeping score, the grass still hasn't grown back where she caught the frickin' yard on fire.
Hey, there's little spots.
Yeah. Yeah. I seen like one little green thing about that fucking big.
I will tell you this. You know how when shit's ashy and then it rains and then it creates a dust?
Yeah.
That doesn't happen anymore, which means it's washed down.
There's only 2 spots. There's one big ass one in the front and one big ass one on the side.
No, there's really 3.
There's there 3? Oh, see, there's one I don't even know about. Thanks, Brian. You just ratted on her ass. Oh, jeez.
It's all good. It's
All
gone
right,
now.
What are we going to do now?
They did come and get the sticks after everything,
So
burst into flames.
I got a present from Portia.
Portia.
Let's see if we get it. And it's Porsche Design.
Ooh.
Now, I learned something today,
Uh-oh.
before I get into this.
That can be dangerous.
Yeah. Made my head hurt.
Okay,
But
that's
anyway.
fair.
So I learned something today, and this is funny as hell, and that is that Porsche. Well, Porsche is they got Porsche, and then they have Porsche Design.
Mm.
Okay, Porsche, you can go buy like shit off of Amazon that has the Porsche logo on it. Okay, basic shit, but Porsche Design has the highest dollar items, like period. Like they
like accessories and stuff.
like when you go into the Porsche dealership, you'll see stuff like they have they make a glass cleaner that's refillable for your screen for the
Windshield?
No, for the freaking
The monitor inside the
touch screen. So and it's like $20. That's the
we call those
cheapest
MFDs on boats.
thing.
MFD, multifunction display.
I was waiting for you to say like main fucking display or something like that. It's the main one, man.
Well,
the main fucking display.
I've seen
it's
some
right
claims
there.
come through that way, but yes.
So anyway, back to my story. So Porsche has like some stuff that has their name on it, but then they have Porsche Design.
Ooh.
They have watches that start at $6,000.
Yeah, I saw that.
But this is where it gets, and they make cups, they make all this other stuff that's not the Porsche cheap shit.
Right.
It's the Porsche Design, and it comes right from Germany. Like everything they make comes from Germany and gets dropped off, and and you can only buy it either in a Porsche dealership or at the Porsche. I don't know if Porsche Design has a website or not, but you might want to look it up, because here's the funny part. So we find out that they make bongs.
What?
Bongs. So we looked up part numbers, and we found out that they make bongs.
Nice.
Yeah, $5,000 bongs.
I hope it comes with some weed if you're gonna order it. That's all I got to say about that.
Design.
Not that I would partake, but if I'm spending that kind of money,
just focus on this for a second. A Porsche Design bong. Like, and I guess that Porsche designs like shit for like everybody, like Ford and Chevy and all this other stuff. Like all the high end stuff that they sell is all designed by Porsche, which is kind of fucking crazy.
That's awesome.
And so I have
a bong.
No, yeah, a bong. Yes, I have a bong. For that, I might not open the lid now. Thank you. No, just checking. No, a Porsche Design coffee mug.
Nice. Don't drop it.
It's literally from Germany.
Yep, Stuttgart.
See? Made in Germany.
Yep.
Black Porsche cup large. That's
Nice.
how I figured out about the bong, because we went to look up the part number for this cup. I'm not going to say how much it is. Thank you very much to the guys at Porsche that got it for me. But
yeah, that's awesome.
But yeah, so we got so this will probably be on our back. It's another one of those. Probably will never use it.
Yeah, if somebody drinks out of it, I'll have to murder
If they
them.
break my cup, I'm going to be pissed.
Mm-hmm.
But he's like, "Oh yeah, it's the best cup ever." So we'll put our Porsche cup up there.
Did you just throw a hat at me?
No, I threw a hat at me.
Oh.
That's different. I'm allowed.
Fair enough.
So anyway, so back to so Porsche makes bongs. They make all sorts of weird shit. And the cheapest thing, other than that little spritzer thing that cleans your MFD.
Oh, that's awesome. He's been there.
Huh? Oh, yeah, that's cool. That's really cool. I'd love to go there. But 1994, ooh, graduation present. Jeez, from where? High school or college? I'm waiting for an answer. No, I'm just joking. Yeah, come on, Brian. No, just joking. So anyway, so we get
You're killing me.
So we're looking at all these gadgets, and I'm not joking. Nothing in the Porsche design is less than $150 minus the $20 spritzer. Okay, they have Hot Wheels cars. Hot Wheels cars are $500.
What?
$500 for a Hot Wheels car.
That's crazy.
Oh yeah, it's crazy.
But if you're spending six figures on a Porsche, you can probably fork out $500 for a Hot Wheels car that looks like the Porsche you just bought.
Yeah, I guess. But the funny part was they had one of them in the building. It was the bigger one, and it was like $600 and something. Okay, and it was about yay big.
Yeah.
Okay, and it was and I'm not joking, the ugliest car I've ever seen.
Well, I mean,
it was this color. But it was like that Panamera, but it was like a station wagon on the back instead, like a station wagon back.
Yeah.
And the car in real life looks really cool. It's called a Panamera GT 3, I think, or something like that. It's like the race model of the station wagon. But this little toy was the ugliest toy I've ever. I mean, only the engineer that designed this little toy would want to have this toy, and they made one and it was 338 of 1,000. So I'm like, okay. So then, and now there's serial number too, just like a regular car. But I just thought between the bongs, the cups, I don't even know how much a cup was, but we couldn't get the prices. But we looked up the bong because somebody was selling one of the bongs on the internet.
Of course they were.
They had bought the car and then sold the car, and now they're selling all the gizmos. It's like, you know that you are one hell of a degenerate that had money that didn't know how to use it when you bought a GT3, the toys, the car, a little toy, and a bong. It's like, no, it's not a hookah either. It is a full-blown 100% with the little bubbly water bottle on the bottom.
Oh yeah. That's
shaped like a
yeah,
the logo.
Glass vase.
The glass bottom of it. That's which is the worst to me is the worst design either because it's got a point at the bottom. So I've seen a couple. I haven't used one, but I've seen a couple, and I see that they get dirty, and you got to clean them, and that thing would be impossible to clean.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. Bong. Yeah. So, yeah. Yeah. I was gonna say get a Snoop Dogg bong. Ryan's like, only Snoop Dogg would have a smokeout bong of $5,000.
Yep.
But yeah, it was a $5,000
probably more.
bong. It was freaking crazy though.
That's insane.
So, but yeah, so it was an interesting day. But I got other news too.
Uh-oh.
So we're gonna do a little car stuff too while we're here, and I maybe I'll put some videos out later. I didn't get the video, because I was in a rush and I wanted to video it before I left. I didn't get to. They've got a new i series. It's called BMW does. It's an i7, and basically the i7 is the Rolls Royce. This for the people playing at home. The Rolls Royce is made by BMW, and the 7 or 8 series, the certain 7 series, 760 I think they call it, is actually the whole bottom of the car. Like is the Rolls Royce. Basically, they just put they changed the body a little bit.
Sure.
And and Brian's still trying to spell hookah over here.
Leave him alone.
It's all good. But I will say, Brian's one of the best handyman guys. You know, I don't like the word handyman because I think handyman is too cheap. Because I think, you know, because it's just like having a contractor without having to spend all the freaking extra money.
Yeah.
You know, and that's why I like Brian. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean because Brian can literally build or do anything. The guy has there's just people that just have that ability that they don't know, they'll figure the shit out.
Yep.
You know, and Brian's home services. Go check him out on Facebook. Give him a little plug since he's always on all the time.
Ambrose Home Services.
Ambrose. Yeah. What did I say?
Brian Home Services.
Brian's Home Services. Tells you how freaking tired I am today. So anyway,
yeah, you didn't even respond to anything I sent you.
I didn't know that you sent me anything. I've been that busy.
So I was thinking you were going to be home, like,
yeah,
around, you know, whatever,
like
earlier,
like before.
Let's say earlier, yeah, and I guess like a 16-unit apartment building inside Carlton Arms caught on fire.
Oh, that's cheerful.
I was like, well, that's
gonna that's gonna mess with some traffic.
And then as I'm reading that story, it, you know, lovely Polk County.
Uh-oh. Who they shoot now?
No, this is good. I guess it was a boyfriend and a girlfriend broke into a house to steal some shit, right? Not their house. Called the cops and asked for assistance moving the stolen shit and a ride to the airport so they could spend the weekend in New York. Right? Yeah.
They called the cops?
They called the cops. So
why wouldn't you just
so
call
the
an
cops,
Uber?
the spokesperson for Polk County was like, well, they got a ride all right. To the Polk County Pokey.
People sometimes just amaze me in the stupidity.
I mean, I had to read it twice because I was like, oh, that's got to be some bullshit story.
Oh, yeah.
Nope, it's real.
Yeah, a bunch of meth heads, exactly. Brian's like meth heads. So like, yep.
Yeah, I would bet on it.
I've met a few.
Yeah.
And I will tell you,
they're not too bright.
Yeah, I just thought
it does something to your brain, I think.
Yeah, oh, it
has to.
Even the methadone stuff does, because we used to have the methadone clinic by the coffee shop, and I tell you what, we
we witnessed some stuff there.
We could have had one hell of a YouTube channel.
We would have had some content from hell.
Oh my gosh!
Yep.
We should have just been live from from there.
Right, just all day in and out. Yep.
Yeah. When I was doing the radio gig on the AM dial with a couple other people, we used to do recordings. Audio recording because it was radio, of course.
Yes,
so we didn't have to do video, and we do audio recordings to make little game shows.
Yep.
And these crackheads is so funny because we would give them like tickets to Wet and Wild because Wet and Wild was open at the time.
Yeah.
And so they would have. So we'd give them free tickets, and we used to get bundles of these tickets.
Yeah.
Like you could go to Wet and Wild for the rest of your life
with the number of tickets, right?
Of tickets that was there.
Yeah.
Or at least until they closed down.
Yeah. Right.
And so you could take like 30 friends.
So what'd you do with these crackheads?
So we would ask these questions of them, and they would have to answer the question. And it was like, the key was, the game show was if you answered it right, if you answered it wrong, or if you fell asleep.
Oh.
That was your three options.
Okay.
Yeah, A, B, and C.
Oh.
So
yeah, that was known to happen.
Yeah, and it was called the Crackhead Quiz, and
of course it was.
Again,
I would expect nothing less.
A little less politically correctness was not in the case back in the day. So we had the we had the Crackhead Quiz.
Yep.
So long and short about the Crackhead Quiz this one girl was the manager is funny because she wanted a job working for me, and she comes up and she goes, yeah, you should hire me. I'm a manager at McDonald's. And I'm like, oh yeah, and I'm like, and what would you like? And she's like sitting there looking at me, and she's just like, I'd like a caramel. She fell asleep
Ordering.
mid-sentence, ordering her coffee. She got out. I want a job. I'm a McDonald's manager, and then she said caramel, and then she started to snore instantly.
Nice.
It was like there was like a little remote control that we just click, and turned her ass on and turned her ass on. I'm like, caramel what? And she's like, macchiato. And she went right in, like she wasn't even.
She didn't miss a beat.
She didn't miss a beat. She didn't know what I said. She just knew something loud happened and it woke her ass up enough to answer the question that I just gave her.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, literally, and I'm like, well, that's when I learned a number one trait of methadone people. Get the money first. Why?
Yeah.
Because if you get the money first, they pass out. Well, because we would get people in there that would literally drink, like order a drink, and then go sit on a fucking on a curb or a chair,
right,
and just pass out.
Yeah.
So the drink would be run by the time they're done, but they still drink it.
Yeah.
But it's like you always never know what the hell. Yeah, her time stopped. Literally, it was
like a bad clock.
Like a it's like it was right,
twice a day.
Right twice a day. So it's like, oh, so yeah, and then the best ones where you always knew the guys that were like really, really jacked on shit because they had the methadone walk. I mean, they literally looked like Frankenstein. They'd come across and their arms would be like kind of floating, and then they did we called it the methadone shuffle, and it was like their feet never left the ground, but they kept moving. It was like,
yeah. These people get in cars and drive, too, I might add.
No, they drove there.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Most of them, and then the rest of them came up on
And
bicycles.
then they spend their 15, 30 minutes in the little room, and...
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like their whole day was surrounded by...
I find it...
It was like Disney World for them every day.
Yep.
Because a lot of them that were like... The ones that were the really bad offenders. And these are the ones that couldn't keep a clean P test. Yeah. They would have to come every single day.
Yep.
And it was like, and I don't know how anybody would ever be able to live that way.
Mm-mm.
You know? Because, yeah, exactly. Because they would do the, limbo without the pole is about right. So, but, the longest, and then they would like, because if you drank on this stuff, it would fuck things up too, I guess. And so
wasn't somebody supposed to join us tonight virtually?
Oh yeah, well we're going to have. I don't know if she's.
Is that going to be Saturday?
I don't know if it's tonight or another one. Yeah, it looks like a weekend at Bernie's. I'm not joking.
It was worse than a weekend at Bernie's.
It was worse than a weekend at Bernie's.
It made weekend at Bernie's look like kindergarten.
Just imagine taking two Bernie's and having them walk across the parking lot together.
The only thing that was missing is the two live guys that knew what the fuck was going on with their shoelaces tied to the messed up one.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it was like they would walk across. It was like they're helping each other across the thing. Yep. And everyone, and the only thing that they were allowed to do was weed, I think. And it was like, so everybody smelled like weed. And so you knew exactly.
Or cigarettes or both.
Yeah, or a little bit of everything. Mm-hmm. But, oh my God. The stories we could tell from that place. Yeah. We knew the coffee shop we spent all this money putting this coffee shop in, right? And it's our first day, and I'll never forget this. Our first sale. The very individual first sale, the one that you're supposed to take the money and put it in a little frame and put it on the wall, right?
Well, we had that already, but yeah.
We had that already, but this is the first sale.
The official one.
Official first day, first sale, first deal.
Right.
6:00 in the morning, we open up. A hooker shows up walks up to the drive-through. I will repeat. The hooker gets dropped off and walks to the drive-through
at 6 a.m.
And the first
she had a busy night.
She had a busy night, and how we knew that she was having a busy night, she told us. Mm-hmm. She basically came up for a double espresso, no sugar, no ice, no nothing. Mm-hmm. And as I was like, sure, no problem. As I go to make the 2 shots of espresso to give them to her, she's like, I got to get the taste out of my mouth. I was like,
Yeah, and she wasn't talking cheeseburgers.
and she was, yeah. This is something
Tube
bubblegum was
steak.
just not gonna work. Yeah, yeah. She liked the old tube steak with extra cheese. But so at that point, I'm like, what the hell did we just do?
Yeah,
It's like,
exactly.
I'm looking at Kim
Yeah.
like, ugh, why? It's like, because we
Right.
spent all this money, and then all of a
Yeah,
sudden the first,
he's like, this is the best location we could get. I was like, well,
it's the
yeah,
only
kind of.
location we could get. No, but and then we find out about the meth heads. That was
Yep.
that was
And that
rare,
was
too.
interesting because they put the signs up for the, hey, there's going to be a change or whatever for
It's
the
just
community to come and voice their opinion. Well, people started like, you ask your neighbor or whatever, and they're like, yeah, they're putting in a coffee shop. Right?
I'm not repeating that one on the air. Sorry,
right?
Ryan.
Yeah. She didn't spit. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah, she wasn't spitting.
Yeah. And so they thought that it was a proposal to put in the coffee shop, so no one came, and there went the methadone clinic.
Yeah. So we ended up putting in a methadone clinic, is what we're trying to say.
Accidentally.
Yeah.
I mean, we didn't do it. Somebody
what
else
do they
did.
Call that?
But
We were like
Yeah.
the offenders on the side there, but
Yeah.
oh yeah, but yeah. So we
yeah, for a while we had the neighborhood that was like, well, I saw the proposal and I wanted you guys here, so I didn't go to their meeting. And
yeah,
it's like,
well, guess what? Now you got this.
there's
instead.
it's a business. There's
Yeah. But yeah, so the methadone clinic was definitely a fun one, because the first time you see these people scratching over to walk over to the building is like,
right.
you're like, oh my God, it's like the Night of the Living Dead.
Mhm.
I mean, literally, it's like you're
yeah,
watching the movie,
zombie people.
like you're watching the TV show, because you just want them.
Mhm.
It's all you're waiting for them is to go,
Yep.
you know.
Yep.
But oh yeah, fucking crazy.
Yeah.
So yeah,
It's still there.
yeah. And we'll bring up more stories later,
It's
because
why I leave for work so early, is because I know when that traffic hits that part of the road, I want to be long gone
It's
before
over.
that happens.
It's like you see these people float across the fucking
Mhm.
thing, you know,
With
it-
strollers and shit, with
Oh, yeah.
babies in them.
with strollers, babies,
Yeah.
9 yards. It was definitely
Insane.
It's definitely but what was really scary is that they had, what we found out later was that at 5 a.m, people that were la-di-da, like rich people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there was a
would-
congressman.
Yeah, congressmen, all
Mhm.
these people would come up to the back door
Yep.
of the building,
Yeah, they had a
And-
special entrance
and
for
they had a
them.
special entrance
Yep.
that they could go in. And we're
Yep.
talking like all the, like,
Yeah, lawyers,
so all of a sudden you see
big
a
name
lawyer,
lawyers. Yeah,
Mercedes,
I mean,
big Cadillacs and
Mercedes. Remember that
like-
S-Class Mercedes that
Yeah.
were like, oh, that's a great car.
Oh yeah, and it's
Yeah,
like
brand new, like not old beater S. It was.
oh yeah, and it was
Mhm.
fucking ridiculous. But they had yeah, and so I would come in the mornings, and like some of the mornings, like I would go in by myself, because it was
Mhm.
such a long day, because you'd get there at 5. It was a fun job, but it was also a long job, because somebody had to be there in the morning.
Yep.
Or in the afternoon, and so yeah. Yeah,
Thriller. Yeah, on loop.
Yeah. That'd be actually, we'd have to slow it down with my tape slow down thing. And half of them start sounding like Sling Blade.
Well, I stop it.
I need to go get me some methadone.
Yeah, and then that place closed at like 10:30 in the morning or
Yeah,
something.
it was
Like you
from
had,
5 to
it was like
10:30, man, it's
McDonald's
all over.
breakfast. If
Yeah.
you're not here by the cutoff time, whoop, you're
That's the
shit
day
out of
you
luck.
go.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yep.
it's like, it was just it was a crazy.
It was
thing.
interesting.
And it would bring like the craziest people out.
Yes,
like,
it would.
Like at 5, I would come in like an hour early, and the one more, and every morning you bring ice, put in, get everything
Yep.
set
Refill
up,
your milk.
refill the milks and all
Yep.
that kind of jazz every morning. And what was crazy is one morning I got all my stuff, and I had to turn the lights on, because I was always the first one there. So
Yep.
it would turn. So the front lights wouldn't even be on. These people are like sitting in the freaking dark.
Yep.
I mean, until I would turn the lights on. So I went over and I went off and I turned the lights on. 5:00 in the morning, and this guy sitting there, and and after a while, I mean, Kimmy, the first thing Kimmy did, just so you know, just not to digress, but the first thing Kimmy did was introduced me to my newfound friend, the semi-automatic pistol.
Yes.
I was not a big gun guy.
Yeah, you
So
were
she
very
took-
anti-gun. You
so-
didn't want to go hunting. You didn't.
Yeah, so she took me to the gun range one time, and that's all it took.
Yep.
In fact, we should do a gun. We could do a gun night.
Yeah.
Ooh, that would be fun.
We could invite people.
Yeah. And so,
Yeah, he did have a guy that used to want to buy whippets all the time. And that's some scary ass
Oh,
shit
yeah.
to watch
Oh,
somebody
I-
snort those.
I didn't
Holy
know anything
cow.
about him. And the guy that bought, he's like, let me have that can. So it was before we had our can things.
Yep.
And we gave him the empty can. He's like, he snorts, he's like, and he goes back, and his like voice goes real low. Oh, I'm like, what?
Holy shit.
I thought we just killed the dude.
Right,
I was like,
yeah.
holy shit. I'm like, done enough of that shit. But he was like, no more of this. No. But anyway, so Kimmy, we'll talk about the gun thing story at another time because
Yeah.
it's a great story. So
I
anyway,
think we
so-
might have already.
No, we haven't talked about the gun story yet.
Pretty sure we
Nope,
did.
nope. We tried, and I went digress.
He squirreled. Yeah.
I squirreled. Yeah, yeah. So I had this. So I had a hand cannon.
Brian's like, I remember that 45 or a hole in your
Yeah,
pocket. Yeah,
yeah.
he's absolutely right.
So yeah, my favorite gun, my Kimber 45. Oh God,
Mhm.
I miss that gun. And so, long story short, I had this gun that I kept on me, and I'm turning the lights on, and this guy comes up, and he's like, "Hey man, you got the time?" And I'm like, and so I go to look at the time, and I reached over, and I always wore an overshirt, so I go to grab my phone, and he sees the gun right here.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, well, do you know when they open up across the street at the CVS? I'm like, oh, it's 24 hours. He's like, oh, okay, thanks. And he walks away, and I thought, that was the oddest conversation we had. 'cause
He doesn't
normally
want the time anymore.
He doesn't want the time anymore, nor does he want
Right.
anything to do with me at this
Right.
moment in time.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So at this moment, so we go out. So I go just not paying attention. I had a little TV that I put inside the shop.
Yep.
And I'm sitting there, and I'm doing my coffee thing, and like every morning we had like 40 people
Yeah.
before 5, like right at 6 o'clock that came in, and we just had their coffees already ready, like that we already knew what they were,
Right.
and we just we'd fill the put the sugar and shit in it, and then they just put the coffee in when they got there, so it was hot,
Mm-hmm.
and so we kept handing them out the door.
Yep.
So I was busy. I wasn't paying attention. I look across the street. There's cops everywhere.
Oh shit.
And I'm like, what the hell's going on? I don't have time. So I kept going.
Yep.
You know, there's cops always in that neighborhood. 'Cause
Right.
It's right. Like
It's
the
right
hood
there.
is literally like 6
There,
blocks down
yeah.
the street.
Yep. It's hood
That's
adjacent.
another reason why we got the gun.
Yeah.
So long and short is, so I do the gun thing. So we do the coffee thing, and I go, and it slows down, and there's like a lull between 9 and 10 o'clock in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
So I go and I turn the TV on. Well, when I turn this TV on, it's like, man robs 2, drugstores in Manatee County this morning. And I'm like, and I look on the screen, and it's the fucking guy
That asked you for the time.
that asked me for the time.
You
and-
were probably going to be store number 3.
and he was, and he had robbed 2 people inside the building with a knife,
oh
like a
shit.
big old, like fucking one of those army knives,
Uh-huh.
and then jumped over
Like a buck knife.
no, not a buck knife, like the army, like the big
K-bar.
K-bar.
Mm.
Had a K-bar, stabbed 2 people with a K-bar,
Good.
jumped
grief.
over the friggin' thing, grabbed all the pills he wanted, and then ran.
Well,
But
he was
took
dumb.
the pills, then ran to Walgreens, which was 3 blocks down the street,
Right. Yeah.
and then
And
robbed
robbed them.
And that's where he got busted, because he thought, being a crackhead,
Right.
thought that if he left this one, the cops would go there
and not go to the other one.
There couldn't be
There's
more
no
than 3
way
cops
that
in Bradenton to
Wrong.
go to the other one.
Yeah.
And so we had cops at both of them, and that's where he got caught.
Yeah.
This pure stupidity.
Awesome.
Yeah. So yeah, and I'm thinking. So I'm calling up Kim. I'm like, Kimmy, check the TV. Check this shit out.
Yep.
Look, this guy. See him? He asked me for the time this morning. I like. He seen the gun and he was going to rob my ass.
Yeah, exactly.
The gun,
And then he thought twice about it.
He's like, you don't take a knife to a gunfight, obviously.
Yeah.
And poof, out the door he
Right,
fucking went.
yeah.
Yeah, it's like
oh, this is one robbery I won't walk away from. I'll just keep going.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
Unfortunately, if he's going to rob a pharmacy, you got to make sure the pharmacist is there with the keys because all of the controlled shit is locked up.
Well, not back then it wasn't.
Yeah, it was.
It was it?
Yep.
Oh, so that must have been.
So he might have gotten some Darvocet.
Yeah. Okay. So
maybe Tylenol 3.
Well, that
maybe
explains why he had to go to round 2. So yeah, I thought it was on the.
Yeah, and if they caught him with all this shit on his person, then they got it all back anyway. So.
Oh geez. So next Saturday, I got 2 stories that we'll talk about.
Next Saturday? As in like a couple days from now?
Yeah, like a couple days from now.
Ah, gotcha.
Okay, so, next Saturday. That's the next one. But anyway, one.
Lawnmower racing in Avon Park is the 2nd Saturday of the month.
Okay.
I'm going to repeat that. Lawnmower racing.
Okay. Well,
2nd Saturday. We got a lawnmower we need to get ready.
Oh, that'll be a whole nother video for a whole nother time.
I want to race. In the lawnmower races.
Yeah, so maybe Brian can help us with that one. We got a lawnmower donated. Now, the guy across the street, I'm not joking, threw away a snapper lawnmower because the gas tank leaked.
Yep, and we can get a new one. I already looked it up.
No, I got the water filtering device from the old coffee shop, the little metal thing.
Oh, like even better.
And I'm just gonna.
Yep.
I'm just gonna use that as a.
Yep.
As the water run is for.
Put some extra pressurized fuel line in there. That way we got a little bit extra fuel over all the other racers.
Yeah.
See, Brian's on board. Ah!
So we'll have.
We can all drive.
Yeah, we'll have to get that. We'll have to get that one running. So I think that'd be cool as shit, and then we'll do videos on that one.
Hell yeah.
I think that'd be cool as hell.
Right.
But yeah, I mean it's donated shit. Might as well use it while we got it.
I mean, what's the worst that could happen? We lose. At least we had fun.
Yep. Exactly. So yes. I'm just picturing Kimmy going out there. Woo!
I promise I won't punch anybody.
Well, the key is
unless they punch me first.
Well, I was watching a thing on Motor Trend where they had the lawnmower racing, the professional lawnmower racers, which I didn't know there was such a thing until then. And they have a gearing. You have to change the gearing in the back of it. So that's probably something that Brian might have to help me with because we got to change the gearing on the actual rear end. So as long as we get that done, we should be golden.
I think we should go and spectate.
But it would be fast.
At least
because the motor's in the front.
I'd like to go in person.
In person?
Oh, yeah. And watch it.
Well, normally if you're going to race,
I can look up YouTube videos all day long.
look at Brian's like
nice.
He's gonna tear it apart.
Hey, we got a guy at the airport. We can get freaking airplane fuel.
We get airplane fuel, and we can get it has to be. It only works if the combustion is a certain level.
Well, then make the combustion a certain level.
But we need
I don't see the problem here.
But a baby ball of nitrous wouldn't be too bad either.
Ooh.
So.
See, I got the wheels moving.
We'll burn that. We'll blow that fucker up in the first 3 seconds, but we will send it with all glory.
Right.
May freedom ring and have a stripper ring in it.
And we may have more stories to come of my escapades because I'm gonna figure out how to take my free pole saw home in the Scion.
No,
I think I'm just going to stick it out the window and have this big chainsaw sticking out the
I
window.
don't want to hurt the sign.
I'll seat belt it in. It'll be nice and safe, and no one will come near me as I drive home.
I bet they won't. Yeah, see, AV isn't good. He told me. Brian says AV's not good.
Oh, damn.
So,
Okay.
but we can get racing. We can get racing fuel. That's what the track's for.
Yes.
Yeah.
That
AV
sounds
fuel's
good.
got diesel in it. That's what I thought too.
Oh, yeah. Forgot about that.
Yep. So, but yeah, we should get yeah. So that'll be another project for another day. We'll have the Kettle sponsored racing mower.
I can see you making that presentation. Hey, you know that really nice race boat you sponsor?
Yeah.
I got something else for you to sponsor. You ready for this?
We got GO1 right here. We'll even give you the number. GO1.
Yep.
Kettle 1.
No, GFG1.
GFG, yeah. Gotta fucking go.
Or GFGG. Gotta fucking go to Gettle.
GFGG. Gotta go together. Here we go.
Hey.
And with that, let's get off the air tonight and let these people go to bed. I honestly, I've been working all day, but I could probably talk all night, so that's not a good thing. But maybe we can start. We'll finish this conversation maybe on Saturday, and we're going to have. Hopefully, I can get our new person on Saturday too. Yeah, her name is HR Nightmare Jen. So you just can't wait for that one now, can't you? You thought the box with the cup inside of it was something to check out. So wait until you see this lady. Oh my God.
Just some of the stuff you told me, I'm like, could pee my pants. So yeah.
Yeah, we got. She was trying to explain the. You know,
she's comedic like me.
Yeah, she's comedic. So everybody have a good night.
Yes.
And
thanks for tuning in. Thanks for chiming in.
Thanks for being part of the show. We always appreciate it. That's what makes us fun.
Yep.
And we enjoy it much better that way.
Yes.
So
and keeps us growing. We're up to what,
growing.
80 now?
Yeah, we have 80 subscribers.
We almost have 100.
Need to find 80 of these people to get 20 more. I got to get that 100. Well, we can't get our custom name without the 100.
Oh.
So it's reserved, but we can't have it until then.
Gotcha.
So everybody got to help me get the 20 so we can get our name.
Well,
and then we'll find
get
something.
20 more.
Yeah, we just need 20 more. Yeah. Yeah. Hook up a brother.
Exactly.
So
help us out.
Help us out. So
we should make stickers or T-shirts or
something. Please go to YouTube, like, subscribe, and enjoy. And you know what?
Somebody told me that they didn't sign up for YouTube because they didn't want to have to create an account, and that's really not like you can if you have a Gmail email, you can sign in with that. Correct?
Yep. You can sign in with your Gmail.
There you go.
So if you have a Gmail
problem solved.
account, you can log in.
So you don't have to create a whole new one.
Yep, not a whole new one.
Sign in with your Gmail.
Just sign in with Gmail.
Yep, because it's all the same company.
Exactly. So, Brian. Well, thank you, Brian. We appreciate you. So,
thank you.
But anyway, so like, subscribe, and make sure you go see Brian at Ambrose Home Services.
If you need something done.
If you need something done.
He's the guy.
And Buzzio.com is not on here tonight, but Buzzio.com, you know, with the Sammitized.
Cool water bottle, it's back there.
10% plus free shipping.
Yep.
So have a good night. Until next time.